Alright, so let's talk about the main customs. Now, the primary activity of the Lemuria festival would take place in the household, and each family would do it individually. And in fact, not even the whole family would be involved because the ritual would be led or carried out entirely by the paterfamilias. So the ritual takes place at night, and the first thing that the paterfamilias has to do is to wash his hands in spring water. This is a ritual purification. This is fairly common among all cultures, having some sort of pre-ritual purification. A lot of times water is considered to be purifying, so this is the first step. Now, as he's washing his hands, and in fact as he's carrying out the whole ritual, the paterfamilias would look down, right? He wouldn't look at anything around him, he'd keep his eyes down. And this is to avoid making eye contact with any unfriendly spirits. He would also do a gesture with his hand that involved putting his thumb in his closed fingers. I don't know what exactly it would have been like, whether it was like this, or I'm not entirely sure. If anybody has any thoughts about that or knows more, I'd love to learn. But there was some sort of protective warding gesture. Once all of that preparation was done, then the ritual could begin. The paterfamilias would take black beans and either throw them behind him or spit them out of his mouth, again, not looking, right? So eyes down, throwing the beans or spitting them out of his mouth without making eye contact with any spirits. And then he would bang pots together. Ovid says bronze, but I imagine whatever cooking pots you had, and would go around the entire house doing this. And this was supposed to get rid of any unhappy ancestral spirits. So the black beans were probably an offering to the spirits in order to appease them, and then banging the pots together was probably designed to scare the spirits away. So you've got a little bit of a carrot and stick method here, where on the one hand, you want to appease any spirits that might be angry with you by giving them an offering, but then also scaring them out of your house because you just don't want them there. So Ovid lists 2 incantations or maybe prayers that the paterfamilias would recite as he's doing this. The first is Haec ego meto, his redimo meque meosque fabis. And that translates to, I send these away, maybe send the spirits away. With these beans, I redeem me and mine. So the verb here is redimo, and it can be translated a bunch of different ways, some or all of which I actually think might apply in this situation. Typically, it's translated as redeem in English, and this can mean in the sense of redeeming a coupon, or redeeming in the sort of grander sense of redemption. It can also mean to buy or purchase, maybe to buy a little bit of freedom, a little bit of peace and quiet in your household. I don't know, maybe I'm making a leap with that one. It can mean to save or rescue. It can mean to ward off or avert, get rid of. And lastly, it can mean to atone for a wrong that has been done. All of these, I think, have their own place in this ritual. So redeem kind of covers everything, but I really like this sense of atoning for a wrong because that is one of the themes of the festival, is making sure that an injustice, whether or not you carried it out, is made up for, and the spirits are able to get past this roadblock in their journey to the afterlife. So that's the first incantation, and the second one is much more simple. It just says, Manes exite paterni, which is, ancestral spirits be gone. Now, Ovid says that each of these incantations are repeated 9 times. I don't know much about Roman numerology. The only thing I know is that they were really into it, so I'm assuming that this number 9 has some sort of symbolic significance, although I'm not sure exactly what it is. Again, if you know, please let me know. And that's the main activity of the festival. So once the paterfamilias would complete this ritual, theoretically the spirits would be gone and the family can be more at peace, knowing that there's nothing haunting them any longer. Like I said before, it's essentially a banishing ritual, or you could stretch it a little bit and say it's a house cleansing ritual. So if you were going to celebrate this in modern day, I would say maybe if you're gonna blend it with like modern witchy wisdom, maybe do this ritual and then follow that with like a warding or a protection or something on your house. That would be my guess, like the best way to do this. There's nothing in the literature that I've seen that has like a follow-up to this ritual where it's like a protection ritual for the house, but I would guess that maybe that's included somewhere. But yeah, if you wanted to celebrate it, that would be my advice. And that's all I've got for you today. There's not a lot of information about this ritual. Like I said, Ovid's version is the only complete description of the activities, and it's still pretty short and leaves us with maybe more questions than answers. But nevertheless, I hope you found this interesting and useful. If you liked this video, you can let me know by leaving a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more stuff about Greco-Roman belief, religion, mythology, magic, anything to do with that, I'm posting videos like this on my channel all the time, so feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.